Hi, I'm Luna. Today we're learning how to make tortillas from scratch. So now we're going to make our tortillas. Get a mixer or a whisk, a bowl, and let's get started. We're going to start off with 2 cups of flour. I have a half cup, so I'm gonna have to do it 4 times. But if you have a whole cup, you can do it twice. Make sure that you want your measurement correct. The last thing you want is to have an incorrect amount of flour. But if it's too wet at the end, add a little more flour. If it's too dry at the end, you can always add a little bit more water. You can start with a 1/3 cup if there's too much flour, or a 1/3 cup if there's too much watery. It's just easier because it's a smaller amount, so you don't add too much or too little. Now we need to do a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Don't get it confused with a tablespoon. Last thing you want is salty tortillas. Now you want to put that into your bowl or mixer. Next thing we need to do is 3 tablespoons of oil. I'm doing avocado oil. And you're also going to put this in your bowl or mixer. Do it over the bowl or mixer so if you spill oil, you don't have an oily mess all over your table. 1, 2, 3. Now we need 2/3 cup of water. I like to get my 1/3 and do it twice, so that you have 2/3. Pour that into your mixer or bowl. 1 and 2. Now remember, if it's still too dry, you can always just fill up a 1/3 and just start pouring it occasionally in case it does need it. Now we're going to mix. If you have a mixer, a whisk, if you have a whisk, just really get a workout out. If not, we're going to go in our mixer. You want to start out with 1 because if you go too high, your dough and flour and all the oil is just going to spear everywhere, and you do not want to clean that up. So once you do 1, you're going to wait not too long. You're going to start just easing it up, 2 to 3 to 4. And eventually you're probably going to have it on 7. Just watch the dough and it should form in about a few minutes. We have our flour. You can put your flour on the table, or I'm going to use a cutting board. You're going to get your beautiful dough out in a ball shape. You're just going to want to, on the flour, get your favorite cutter, and we're going to want to cut it into 8 pieces. We're going to start off by cutting it in half, taking that half, cutting it in half. You want these like balls. And you're going to continue this process until you have 8 pieces. So you're going to cut the ball that you have now in half again, like this. Cut all 4 of your pieces in half again. And then you should have 8 pieces. But we don't want them in like a rectangle. If yours are already in the ball, that's great. But if not, roll them into a ball like this. Now that we've cut our balls into 8 pieces, you want to take a cloth, a paper towel, anything that you want to cover it with, or you can put it in a container with a lid. But you want to take a cover and you want to cover. Now that it's been 20 minutes, we're going to take the cover off, and they have increased in size, and we want to make them flat like tortillas. Now get your favorite rolling pin, cover it all in flour, get your ball of dough, and I like to start out by squeezing it down, like starting it out. You want to press down, and you might have like a little very thick, you can tell that it's very thick. You want to set it down on whatever surface you're using, just make sure it's a flat surface, and really put effort. Yummy. So you want to get a plate and rip a bunch of parchment paper up. Put one down so that you can start stacking it. And for every tortilla, you're going to take a piece of parchment paper, roll one out, and put it on the parchment paper so that they don't stick. Now I'm going to teach you how to cook them. You want to have your grill or pan nicely oiled and on medium heat. On medium heat. And you want to wait for it to bubble. It only takes a couple of seconds on each side. Depends how burnt and crispy you like it. You can see that it's starting to bubble up, so whenever you want to turn it, just let it bubble for a sec. You can see it's really starting to bubble. Let's see what it looks like on the other side. On the other side, it's going to start cooking, and it's going to start bubbling on both sides. And then, voila!